August was great for the cyberspace overall. Zscaler, Fortinet, Palo Alto Networks also climbing 13 to 17%. And my next guest says stick with this space. Maintaining CrowdStrike is a top cyber pick in a note yesterday. Joining me now is Brent Thill. He's an analyst at Jefferies. Brent, it's good to have you. What was the catalyst here? I mean, there's obviously been a lot of hacking headlines, but we've had that for years.
Hey, Kelly, I think the ongoing digital disruption, look, we're in a work from anywhere environment. And if you look at our firm, we send 4,000 people from multiple offices to 4,000 homes, and CrowdStrike is helping protect our organization. Many other companies are doing this. And so this environment where devices are magnifying, you're seeing more assets move digital, and the number of hacks is up, you're seeing an incredible need to protect yourself in these companies. And so what we're seeing is a layered defense mechanism. There's not one vendor in cyber that's going to be the end-all be-all. There are going to be multiple vendors. So CrowdStrike on the endpoint, Varonis on the inside. You look at a company like Cloudflare, the ticker's net. They help protect the cloud and improve the reliability and speed of the network. Another company we really like in the space. So I think there's a cyber basket that investors need to own. And if you look at the cyber basket of some of the names we like, obviously, we didn't know this, but the group's up close to 40% year to date. So ultimately, we think that the tailwinds are still there. And increasingly, as we go digital, that's going to be a needed protection as we make that move.
So if these are the new soldiers, if you will, in the work from home era, who was formerly guarding things at the work site? Who is losing share at the expense of these winners?
If you look at CrowdStrike, their main replacement today is Symantec and McAfee. Those are getting replaced at an alarmingly high rate. And so they have been the losers. There's been two winners with CrowdStrike and SentinelOne, both on the endpoints on the up and come. You've seen, on the network, Palo Alto Networks do very well. We think, other vendors like Cisco and Juniper have lost share. Even Checkpoint to some degree against Palo Alto. So in each of these sub areas, you're seeing winners and losers, and ultimately, there are multiple subcategories of cyber. And this is again why we're advocating. There is no Microsoft or Google of cyber. There are, a layered defense model that has to happen, and so we recommend owning the best in each of those layers.
Yeah.
To help investors. And
you've mentioned several of the names already, so I imagine that's kind of where you would tell people to go. What are the big risks here? It feels like often in the past we would talk about cyber stocks not working despite positive headlines and that kind of thing, and there seemed to be a general sense of it wasn't clear that they were demonstrating results. Have we seen a shift in that era to proven reliability?
I think so, and I think part of this has again been driven by the pandemic and kind of this globally diverse workforce that we have. And then you're seeing, right, we're not, entrusting the local bank, or we're putting our assets in Bitcoin and other digital currencies. And so I think ultimately what's happened is the shift to digital is created this need, and the threat actors have gotten worse. The ransomware attacks are up massively. And so I think that all makes sense. These companies are producing great growth with margins. If you look at CrowdStrike, for example, 70% growth, in an increasing margin structure, they're doing it with a good bottom line as well as they can continue to grow. So I think that it's changed. Again, the biggest risk for the group is just valuation. A lot of these stocks have worked. You've had big moves, and you continue to see more and more IPOs coming to the market. And there's a backlog of a number of names in cyber that continue to access the public markets.
That's a great explainer how it's really a work from home trend more than anything else. Brett, thanks for joining today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brent Thill of Jefferies.